All this time I had Wi-Fi, I didn't even know it. It showed it didn't, and then I just refreshed it and we have Wi-Fi, so I could go back on here again. Another pop-up live. Let's go. See if any pops in here. We got shout outs. We're saying what's up. We're saying hellos. We're saying happy birthdays. We're saying have a beautiful Saturday. And we're also saying what we're going to talk about on tonight's live. Tonight's live is going to be um, a dope one like usual. We get on here during the day and we do short, quick, informal, what I call pop-up lives, just to say what's up to any of anybody in the chat, anybody who follows me, any of my subscribers, and then I talk a little bit about what we're going to talk about tonight. And tonight's live is a little bit more sit down, more chill, more not so quick, more lax, and we get into the topic that we're going to talk about. Um, Less shout outs, less check-in, less everything, more Q&A, more questions at the end. I'll go through the chat and see if anybody got any questions. So this is why I kind of like coming in here during the day and throwing out the topic. So if it's something that strikes you like, oh shit, that's happened to me, or I'm going through that right now, I'm gonna save my question for one of the chats on the pop-up, or I'll wait and save my question so we could talk about it in tonight's live. Tonight's live usually happens between 8 and 9 o'clock, about nothing really set in stone. Pacific Standard Time, so my time. But right now, like I said, it's just a quick little pop-up. We're going to be talking about, tonight anyways, we're going to be talking about how to not change your mind, how to not doubt the decisions that you make that come from the voice of your conscience. I'm going through that very thing right now. I'm second guessing myself. Second guessing is not good. It's not a good thing. I was big time a second guesser, big time, and usually it would come in due to not knowing to listen to my conscience, for one. Two, a lack of confidence. I had no confidence. I didn't trust myself. How am I gonna trust what I choose when I don't trust myself? I mean, it makes sense to not trust yourself, right? So doubt comes in. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? When in the first place, I didn't even listen to my conscience. So I could have been doubting just the poor choice that I was making, guided by myself, guided by the ego, as an impulse choice maybe, as opposed to just living a conscience-guided life. Still now though, because that poor habit was there, it still spills over and it still wants to hang out and gives me that whole, should I have done that? Should I have done that? And then, which is more specific of what we're going to talk about tonight, is letting others' opinion cause a doubt in your choice or in your choices. You choose to try this, to try YouTube, for example. I'm gonna start sharing my personal development journey on YouTube, and that's what your conscience tells you, your gut, your heart, your intuition, your stomach, you feel it, it's time to do it, you have to start doing it. Besides Albert's telling me to do it, it's part of being generous, it's part of giving back, bringing value, not just hunger to the table. And someone says, you know what, that's a big commitment, it takes a lot of time, there's a lot of people on there, you should do gaming instead, don't talk about this whole conscience thing, you're putting too much out there, you don't put so much your personal development, you're putting too much of your private stuff out there, all the trolls are going to get you, all the bad comments are going to say this, oh, they're gonna know this about you, what about if this person finds out, what about, and that's where, other people start affecting your conscience guided choice, and it'll throw everything out of whack. All those things, if they're gonna happen, they're meant to happen, and that's just their perspective. They could still be on that trip of life happens to me, when you're already on that ride of life happens for me, never to me. So once you choose, when your conscience says, hey, start that YouTube channel, grab your phone, record your first video, upload it, done. You listened, you didn't change your mind, you didn't, and more importantly, you didn't let nobody else change your mind. If it's a conscience guided choice and you don't regret doing it, that's how you start finding out whether it's your conscience or yourself. When you do it, like, haha, yeah, I did it, and then you regret it. Like, That wasn't your conscience. That was your ego. That was the Mr. Know-it-all you, who you think you know everything. Just like when people give advice, when it's not given. It's that know-it-all. Sometimes it comes out of love, though. It does come out of love. It comes out of what's convenient, what they think it's in your best benefit, using their values, and it doesn't come from a bad place. Their intentions ain't bad. Their intentions ain't hurtful. But when you're living a conscious guided life, it it could hurt the long game. The What's up, powerful? Hey, make sure you subscribe. If you're in here and you're dropping a high, it means something. It means we connect. So drop a like, and more than anything, hit the subscribe button so you can get notified every time I go live with these pop-up lives, and then these evenings a little bit more sit-down lives where they're not pop-ups, where we stay there a little longer and we talk about the subject that I touch on during these pop-up lives. We talk about my personal development journey and things that I'm doing that are amazing, that are changing my life for the good. And then I share them here on YouTube, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Start your personal development journey. Start becoming the version of you that you respect and admire. You start working on your full potential, living on purpose, and then sharing it on YouTube. If you have questions about any of those things, in the process of me sharing my journey, you can start sharing yours, and I'll share what I've been learning along the way. I don't know. You can check, but somewhere 1700. Powerful. Answering your question there. Let's see what's up. So yeah, don't let no one change the direction of your choice. Even though they have good intentions, even though they have, they're sharing their values and where they are in their journey, it doesn't mean that that's where you're at in their journey. Even though, let's see, it sounds good, or it's someone that you love, or it's someone that you trust, and someone that you've trusted for a long time. Once you start this journey of personal development, and you start listening to your conscience, remember, you start breaking off, you start elevating, even though you've known all these people, and they're part of your tribe, and you love them, and it could be your loved ones even. But remember, you're breaking away. You're doing now the difficult work. You're tracking your food. You're waking up early. You're exercising every day. All those things, they probably don't do. So guess what? Their choices are probably not the same ones that you would do anymore. You did because that's the culture you were about. That's where you were in. That's what you were into. That was your frequency, your attitude at the time. But if you're elevating, if you're changing, you're at about a different game now. So being at a different level, you're going to make different choices.
Nothing.
So as you start to develop, as you start changing your ways, you're going to start making these different choices. That's why the advice that comes, I went mute for a little bit. Don't trip. We're good. These different choices are going to not resonate with the people that you have been hanging out with, or just your loved ones, like I said, and you got to stick with them because they could change the direction of where you need to go. That's part of your journey. That's part of where you need to go. That's part of where you need to be. Let's see, anybody else in here? We're doing shout outs, we're doing hellos, we're doing what's ups. Make sure you subscribe so you get the notification of when I go live. I do these pop-up lives multiple times a day. Sometimes they're a minute and a half, sometimes they're 10 minutes. It all depends on how much time I have. And then I talk a little bit about the subject that we're going to talk about tonight on all the lives. Like, all the pop-up lives have the same topic. We just touch on them a little bit. More than anything, it's more to connect with any new subs, or anybody have a little bit of questions or curiosity about what I talk about here, what I'm sharing. And then we get into it in the evening live, which is about 8 or 9 o'clock my time. So if it sounds interesting, if you rock with me, if it sounds like we got a connection, I kind of like what this guy's talking about, make sure you subscribe. If we don't, good to meet you anyways. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And maybe later something else will get suggested to you from me, because obviously there's some kind of a connection that YouTube wants us to connect. Maybe it's just right now, today is not your time. Maybe I'll be talking about something different, or maybe something in my surroundings or me or something will capture your attention a little bit more, and then it'll hit then. So either way, nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by. But if you'd like to subscribe so you can get notified of all my lives and my uploads, that'd be cool too. Welcome to the fam bam. Let's see if anything else pops up in here. Looks like that may be it for today. Oh, okay, let's see. Who else came in? Drop in the chat. What's up? If you got any questions, we talk about personal development here, my journey, and then also sharing it on YouTube and how you should be doing the same. Start working on living to your full potential and start sharing it on YouTube as well. So I answer any of those questions that you may have. I go live every day. Pop-up lives during the day, little quick what's uppers, and then in the evening we get more into the topic of what we're going to be talking about. But it looks like that's going to do it for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure you subscribe. That way you can kick it with us when we go live, whether it's in the pop-up lives or the evening lives. I do them between 8 and 9 o'clock my time. If you are watching this on the replay, though, get into the comments and comment replay gang. That way I know that some of you are watching this on the replay, and the whole replay thing does also work. Other than that, I'll catch you guys later.